Welcome to Rams 360. I'm Danny Kleppinger, and I'm here at University of North Florida in Jacksonville, where the Rams are holding practice for the week as they prepare to play against the Arizona Cardinals all the way in London. Now, this past Sunday, they pushed the record to 4-2 after beating a very talented Jacksonville Jaguars team, and we had every angle of that game covered, so let's listen in to the sounds of the game.
We'll see who the most physical team out here. I think it's going to be us for sure. This Sunday for football, back down south. It's time to get it today.
You guys are ready. Let's go get it done.
You just know it's my birthday. We're about to have a party in Jacksonville.
They're lathered up, ready to go, as you know what Jacksonville's going to do. This will tell the whole story, this first drive. You go down and get points. You put pressure on Blake Bortles. It only increases your chance of winning today.
Be fast. Let's be great. Let's go, baby. 40 plus. To the house on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Today, as we get underway, Pharaoh Cooper from the near side will bring it out of the end zone. Near side numbers 10. Veers to his right, spins at the 20. Now has a block. 25-30 down the near sideline 40. Midfield Pharaoh Cooper into Jags territory. 10, 5, touchdown LA!
That's how you start the game right there. Pharaoh Cooper, we talked about all the things that he's going to be able to do with this game plan. He's opened the game with a kickoff return on the road. I tell you what, this Rams team is ready to go.
Goff under pressure, throws complete. Cooper Kupp inside, down to the 10. Bad snap, inside, pop pass. The tight end Everett has it, and he's got a touchdown.
If we play good technique and don't run up the field, this guy's not going to beat us throwing it, okay? He's going to beat us running it. Play the run.
It's blocked. The punt is blocked and scooped up by LA. They charge into the end zone with a touchdown. Yeah. 24-14, the Rams lead by 10. They've got 2 special teams touchdowns, and the boos rain down here at Everbank Field.
I like that.
He hits it, and it is no good. Wide left to end the half. The Rams take a 10-point lead into the halftime locker room. 24-14 here at Everbank Field in Jacksonville.
Hey, keep going now. Keep pushing these.
The Rams have allowed just 73 net yards on the Jags' last 7 drives. They have shut down the Jaguars. He's contacted. He's sacked. Ball comes out. It's recovered by the Jaguars.
Aaron Donald's putting on a clinic right now.
This is it for this game right here. Jacksonville has life. They have the football, and they have what they want. They have a defense that's on the field that's been on the field too long. It's not tricky. It's just punishing. You've got to stop them now.
Steps up and throws the crossing route. Lewis, it's intercepted. Tipped and picked off. Rams going the other way. Nikel Roby-Coleman, 50, goes out of bounds, far sideline in Jacksonville territory.
Hell yes!
A game-changing interception for the Rams. 11:55 to go, and they've still got the touchdown lead.
Hey, that's how you blow up.
7-point lead inside of 7 to go.
It's time for this offense to take it over and go to a great 4-minute drive here.
O-line's doing a great job, man. They're picking up all their responsibilities. Todd Gurley doing a great job slashing to the hole. You don't see many free hitters in white jerseys getting to the football.
Throws over the middle. Cooper Kupp makes the catch. First down yardage. Steps through a tackle at the Jacksonville 40. In the clutch, Cooper Kupp moves the chains. The Rams looking for a statement drive and take this out to 2 scores. How aggressive can you be here on 3rd down? Goff under center. He tosses right. Gurley looking for the edge. With a lead blocker. He's got it at the 20. He tried to stay in bound. 3:32 left to cover. They've got a touchdown lead. And so it's up to Greg Zuerlein to take this to a 2-score game. The clock's going to run inside of 3 minutes to go in regulation. 4th down upcoming. Hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. It's a 2-score lead here in Week 6 on the road in Jacksonville for the LA Rams.
Touchdown, you can't score 10 on one possession, so we recover the onside even if they score. Right, so we can kneel it.
Again, a 54-yard attempt for Jason Myers. It would be a season-long. He hits it with the right foot, and it is no good. And this game is over. 1:07 left. The Rams take over with a 10-point lead. Victory formation. Here come the Rams.
You grew up so much more proud of you, man. Keep balling. That's okay, big dog.
This is keys to victory. And Miles, I think when we talk about the first key, it's just getting rest and listening to their nutrition squad on how they can be best prepared for that game across the pond.
American Airlines, the official airline of the Los Angeles Rams.
Welcome back to Rams 360. I'm Danny Kleppinger here with Miles Simmons, and we're at University of North Florida where the Rams are holding practice this week in Jacksonville in preparation for their next game against the Cardinals in London. This is keys to victory. And Miles, I think when we talk about the first key, it's just getting rest and listening to their nutrition squad on how they can be best prepared for that game across the pond.
Yeah, Danny, it's going to be a tough transition going from here on the East Coast to all the way in London time, which is 5 hours ahead. Going to get on a flight for 8 hours from here over to London. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for these guys, but I think that because they've done it in the past going over there to London, they're going to be better prepared to handle it.
The Rams have a tough challenge ahead of them, especially defensively when you look at what the Arizona Cardinals did offensively last week against Tampa Bay, particularly looking at Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, Adrian Peterson had an outstanding game, over 130 yards and 2 touchdowns in his first game as an Arizona Cardinal. You don't usually see production like that out of a player who just gets traded. So obviously, big key this weekend is going to be stopping the run once again. If the Rams can contain Adrian Peterson, always a tough task no matter what age he is, then they're going to have a much better chance at winning.
Definitely. Age is just a number, right? Okay, now I want to talk about the Rams run game quickly too, because Gurley, if he can get going, that's something that can really pierce that Arizona Cardinal defense.
Yeah, Todd Gurley has done a really nice job in the last 4 games. He has had 3 games of over 110 yards rushing. Not just 100, he's getting to that 110 mark. And when you look at what he's doing, he's being very efficient in the run game, getting a lot of 5-yard carries, 6-yard carries. That helps the Rams stay ahead of the chains. That's going to be very important against what is a tough Arizona Cardinals defense.
West Coasters, grab your coffee, grab your donuts, tune into the game. It's at 10 a.m. on Sunday from across the pond in London. We will bring you all types of coverage right here on therams.com.
I was there the last time that we went as a team, and I am a little excited for London because I want to do a little bit more of the touristy things. When you see a new city, you want to try to do everything, and we're really going to have to try to figure out like what's the most important thing to see. Probably going to see Big Ben, and maybe doing a little bit of shopping out there. Those are the big keys.
Stay tuned for more Rams 360.
I would like to invite Johnny for a cup of tea. Hello, Governor.
Cup of tea, 2 sugars, a little cream. That's about it.
If I had a cup of tea, it would probably be chamomile. And I'd probably have my finger up like this.
Jolly good. Right, God bless the Queen. God bless her. God bless the Rams.
I'm not sure. I'm going to try whatever I can try. I'm definitely going to try something different, something I never tried before, and just check it out. Whatever their best dish is out there, I'm definitely going to try it. So I was there the last time that we went as a team, and I am a little excited for London because I want to do a little bit more of the touristy things. When you see a new city, you want to try to do everything, and we're really going to have to try to figure out like what's the most important thing to see. Probably going to see Big Ben, and maybe doing a little bit of shopping out there. Those are the big keys. Plus, they got a lot of different places, attributed to the Beatles, which, I know that they have some great songs, so that would be awesome to see. I think it's going to be amazing playing London, so I'm excited just to go and see how things is out there. So I know there's going to be a lot of fans out there excited to see us there, so I'm just pumped up about it. Cheerio.
Perfect.
came out to one of the more historic sites in all of the United Kingdom, Stonehenge. Just soaking in some history. I mean, it's a spot that has, been a marvel for a long time. People, thousands and thousands of years ago, built this by hand with ropes and wood, and carried these stones from like 100-something miles away. For why? No one really knows. The mystery of it all is kind of what is interesting. So, just soaking it in, and experiencing some beautiful weather, some wind, and it's nice and cold, but we're having fun.
They caught it. Touchdown, Ram Gabriel.
I appreciate you guys coming this way. It's really quite an honor.
Rams 360, connected by AT&T.
Hello?
Mr. Gabriel.
Yeah, this is he.
The Los Angeles Rams, led by quarterback Roman Gabriel, coming off his best showing of the season last week, will guide his team against the Baltimore Colts.
Well, I am like an old crow hanging from the limb. As long as the limb don't break, I'm fine.
Play fake. Gabriel. They caught him. Touchdown, Ram Gabriel.
I appreciate you guys coming this way. It's really quite an honor.
How many times did you get cut off?
6.
6 times.
My last one in LA, I had strip ligaments, and they did what they call a reconstruction, where they drill holes in your both sides, take your hamstring and wrap it, tie it off. It's bone on bone. I don't have complete flexibility, but it works.
16 seasons as an NFL quarterback can have indelible effects on the body, especially if you play the game the way Roman did.
My mentality when I scrambled, because I got hurt in the pocket more than I did running. If I was running, I would try to know where people are coming from, and I'd pick out one guy, and I'd go for it, and I'd go with my shoulder. Yeah, get even.
Far removed from his days of taking on defenders, Roman has settled in Little River, South Carolina. Although quite different from the big stage and bright lights of Southern California, Roman is still the main attraction.
That's my neighbor, my friend, Manny. 90 years old. He's taking pictures of ladies that want to be in Hollywood. Come on, Brenda. I'll come to you, baby. Darvis, this is why I come to this gym. Go to the gym, spend 2.5 to 3 hours, and as you saw, an hour of that is talking to all my buddies. My doctor said, if you live a boring life, you live longer. Well, my life is very boring, but I'm satisfied. It's great to know that you had a chance to do it for 16 years and do it the best you could. And the fact that people do remember what you did means you must have left your mark and done something right. So I was very just lucky, because I don't know of any other Filipino-Irish quarterback that's played in the NFL.
I have a little cartoon character on my wall, and it's this giant-sized guy, Gabriel, and he's in his uniform, and his head's in the clouds, and he's getting ready to throw a ball, and there's 5 little ants where the offensive linemen were standing around like we're going to block for him. But this guy, he was big enough and strong enough that even if one of our linemen got through, they'd hang on his leg and he'd still deliver the pass.
Gabriel's name began making headlines at North Carolina State University. At 6'5", 240 pounds, Gabriel was the first of his kind, a big, tall quarterback with a rocket arm, the original gunslinger.
I would say that I had as strong an arm as anybody in football. I wouldn't call myself a gunslinger, I'd call myself a snub-nosed 38, because I was kept under wraps most of the time.
Despite NC State's run-heavy offense, Gabriel's arm strength caught the eye of pro scouts. In 1962, Roman was selected #1 overall by the Oakland Raiders in the AFL draft and 2nd overall by the LA Rams in the NFL draft.
I ended up signing with the Rams, #1 because they had Bob Waterfield, who was a great pro coach that I thought would help me. And a 3-year non-guaranteed contract, how'd you could beat that?
His ascension to NFL prominence didn't come easily. Only starting 23 games from 1962 through 65, Gabriel's NFL future seemed uncertain.
In those days, the Rams thought they had to have a new quarterback every year. I came in when Zeke Bratkowski, who was a real fine quarterback, and then the next year they brought in Terry Baker, the Heisman Trophy winner, so that regulated me to second string again. And the next year they brought in Billy Guy Anderson from Tulsa, who was pretty good. They were all good quarterbacks.
In 1966, Roman's luck started to change. The Rams hired George Allen as their head coach, and the rest is history.
Every time you lose, you die a little bit. You die inside, a portion of you. Not all of your organs, maybe just your liver. And every time you win, you're reborn.
Coach Allen came and he said, I think you can play. So he said, you come and compete if you can win the job, and I won the job. From that time on, became the Rams starter. He gave me hope. He brought in Ted Marchibroda, who taught me more about football than anybody that I ever had the rest of my career.
Gabriel's career finally took off. In 1966, he led the Rams to their first winning season in 7 years. From 66 to 72, Roman accumulated 63 wins and 2 division titles. Perhaps Roman's finest hour came when he was voted league MVP in 1969.
It meant that our football team was finally recognized as being pretty good, especially in the offensive side. I don't become that unless we're all playing together and doing well. I got lucky. I called good plays. That's about it.
Roman's knack for making big plays transitioned onto the big screen. He earned several roles in movies and commercials. His most notable role was in Undefeated, starring John Wayne.
Rams 360, presented by The Parking Spot.
In the City of Champions, winning is everything. You give these fans something to cheer for, and they will make you a star, on and off the field.
Look, when I'm going for the big one, I sure don't want to fumble. And that means using the hands just right.
Roman's knack for making big plays transitioned onto the big screen. He earned several roles in movies and commercials. His most notable role was in Undefeated, starring John Wayne.
Outside of my college education, there's not many things I would have been able to have if it wasn't for being a Ram.
Introducing Roman Gabriel, the great pro quarterback making his screen debut.
I actually did a small part, movie called Skidoo with Jackie Gleason, which I had a 5-minute part. With me having been a quarterback, I might have been on Skid Row being the best garbage man my dad said I could be.
And there's the Roman Gabriel grip.
It takes 2 hands to handle a Whopper, the 2-fisted burger at Burger King.
Life in sunny California was going great for Roman until the early 1970s. Gabriel began to miss game action due to injuries, and the Rams would soon part ways with their signal caller, leaving his career in question.
I think it was probably had to do with my age, and I'd been banged around, but the worst thing was they had told me that I wouldn't have a chance to be the starter, and that made a difference in me because I've always accepted the challenge.
Gabriel was traded to the Philadelphia Eagles, a place where he felt he had something to prove.
I would say so. Just a very small chip, though, because I didn't want to hurt my throwing arm. It was great because I'm throwing the great Harold Carmichael, should be in the Hall of Fame, 6'7". Don Zimmerman, 6'5", had great speed, and Charles Young, what a man he was. It was just a fun year, and the first time in my career I got to throw the ball and loved it. I couldn't miss.
Gabriel went on to prove everyone wrong in his first year with Philly. He set career highs in passing while also winning the 1973 Comeback Player of the Year.
Comeback player, because I had been told that I was no longer able to play. I think I proved that I could still play.
When he got traded, really ended up hurting his career. I think we could have played championship football with Gabe going on just as we had before. Just one of those things, that's what happens in football. Gabe was quite a quarterback and really quite a guy.
1973 seemed to be the final chapter in Roman's career as a player. Despite spending 4 more seasons with the Eagles, his role with the team started to decline. In 1977, Roman retired. Today, at 75 years old, Roman still loves the game and often reflects on his time as a player.
Of course, this is my offense. Mr. Mack, Mr. Iman, Mr. Schiavelli, Mr. Brown, Mr. Cowan, Mr. Truax, Mr. Tucker, Mr. Josephson, Mr. Bass, Mr. Gabriel, Mr. Ellison, Mr. Mason, and Mr. Smith. 67, I'm with, yes, 67.
Should you be in the Hall of Fame?
I am. I'm in the Little River Life Quest Hall of Fame. You saw, they put my pictures up on the wall. The guys that I work out with and my friends that I grew up with in high school, they're still my best friends, we're the same. I was taught by my high school coach that you don't win with one person. Now off the camera,